What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hash Hub. It's about 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time, March 11, 2018, and we got a brand new trading video for you. It's been so long. I feel like I've been away for so long. My apologies. But first, before we even get into all that, hit that subscribe button if you're new to us. Hit the notification bell. And if you're looking at us on or watching us on DTube or Steemit, subscribing and upvote, Resteem would all be greatly appreciated. And if you're not on DTube and Steemit, links are down below. Definitely get on there. But yeah, I feel like I've been away for so long. My apologies, guys. Just lots of commitments on the weekend just had me really away from this. It's not like I haven't been watching it. I've been watching it. TradingView makes a great app on the phone, so you can watch pretty much any market at any one point in time. But yeah, at the end of this video, we're also gonna have our giveaway. So lots to catch up there, and I wanna kind of plow through a bunch of stuff at the same time, kind of quickly, because we're kind of at a decision point right now in the market. So basically, let me get right on into it right here. So basically, we've always been presenting predominantly is the bearish count of everything you're looking at right here. Basically everything that starts from here to the end, that right here, right? So the bearish count has been pretty much what you see right here. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, see the V right here? This becomes a truncated fifth. Okay, it happens pretty frequently, a lot more frequently than you would think. And so then, since we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we're gonna have a correction coming right here. Okay, so the correction, what did it look like? Okay, in the beginning, we were just thinking it was zigzag, right? Let me try to zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, so we were thinking it was a zigzag, and where we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and ABC coming up, another five waves down, right? And then we also think, well, maybe it's a double zigzag. Okay, maybe we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, another ABC, which makes the WX, right? And then you have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down, and then you have an ABC, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. So what we need to compare is that normally this, this is strict Elliott wave type of analysis or theory, is that normally this ABC that's right in here is usually larger than the one that happens here and the one that happens here. Okay, just for scale purposes, let me just zoom in here real quick. Okay, so you see how small this is. It's like ABC, right? Real small. And this one, is more like, ABC. And then this one here is like A, B, C. I mean, it's big. It's real big. So from a scale perspective, it's seeming like as if it's falling out of tempo. It's basically just falling out of scale. And so that tends to tell me things as far as Elliott wave theory is concerned. Sometimes things in Elliott wave theory just look really odd, and that's just the way they are. But sometimes you need to read into them a little bit more and say, well, maybe it's not necessarily, odd. It's just a different count. It's just different. So how do we look at this on a more bullish basis? Well, on a bullish basis, this whole thing right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? I'm not going to count it, but you can easily count 5 waves in here. Okay? So this whole thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we had an A, a B, and a C. Okay, we had an A, B, and a C corrective wave, where this would be the end of the C. So if that's the end of the C, then we're looking to have a motive wave coming up. Okay. I didn't think it was a very a super high possibility, like higher than like a 45% type thing, because I thought really that this is this is basically my primary account, right? This is basically my primary account as far as on a bearish basis. So it still doesn't mean that the bearish scenario is not over. it just may look a little odd, or maybe this is going to take a different formation than what I'm thinking right now. And there are other ones that it could take. So let's say, for example, let's just think about things here for a second and say, let's say that this really is bullish. What should we be expecting? Well, if this really is bullish, then basically this is right here at the ends of this fifth wave, right? And then we would be looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up. And so, yeah, I mean, you could count it. This would be 1, this would be 2, and then we would probably have a 3 somewhere, you know, around here, a 4 coming back down, and then a 5th, right? And that would fit really nicely, basically coming out of the top of this resistance line, right? This would fit really nicely because we would want the market to come up, right? And we would want it to come back down and kind of test this green line and then continue on its merry way. And that very well could be the case, right? At the same time, I can count this as an A, a B, and a C. I can count it that way. And yeah, okay, so it doesn't look so pretty, but who cares what things look like? We just, you know, want to make sure we get them right. So this is what the critical this is the critical juncture that we are right now, okay? If this continues up looking more like this is like the third wave of a larger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then yeah, this is most likely an A, B, and a C. Okay? And then we're getting some sort of motive wave coming up. A motive wave coming up or an impulse wave up, not some sort of, it's got to be some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But basically that's what we'd be looking at. So this is the critical time we're at right now. And at the same time, we also happen to be sitting right on top of the green line. Now, I know in other markets, you know, we're a little bit higher. But you know, this is the one that I'm concentrating on right now. So in the event that this is an ABC, I think we could have a very large 5 waves coming down, right? Because if this tells me, well, we're changing now the order, in other words, changing the magnitude of these waves, well, I don't think we're just going to get like a small little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming out of this. This is a big ABC, right? In comparison to everything we've seen right here, okay? And if that's the case, and could be a big 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 coming down, and you know, maybe kissing this this green line here, this red line here at the very least, right? The other thing we were looking at is that possibly, which I had drawn before, is that we have a larger ABC, right? Where we still keep the bearish scenario of this being the 5th wave right here, but we have an ABC coming down, and that could be the case. You know, that definitely could be the case. So those are kind of the bullish and the bearish scenarios. Let's go over some more of the minute stuff, some more of the numbers, right? We want to know the numbers. Let's take a look at that. So on a daily basis, let's say look at things on a larger basis, right? So we broke through that daily the previous daily support. We had broken through that. Yeah, if I remember correctly, we've broken through that. So now we have resistance. Okay, and so since we took that out, I think it was around here somewhere. I forgot exactly where, but somewhere around here. So now we took that out. Now we have a resistance, right? So there was a daily support. Sorry, I had to recenter myself here for a second. We had a daily support. We broke through the support, and now we have resistance. Okay, so this resistance, it's not a very I'm not very confident in it, but I'm going to draw it anyway. So a daily resistance line is going to be, you're probably like, all right, enough already. Freaking spit it out. 10,540. 10,540, somewhere around here. Let's just daily resistance 10,540. Okay, Next up, 4-hour resistance. We're going to keep it where it is right now, okay? Because we actually blew through it. Well, and we didn't blow through it, okay? Actually, let me go over that real quick, okay? This thing was freaking money. We had drawn it, I think, right around here. Right around here. And the market came up. It kissed it. It came back down again. Came back up again. Kissed it, and then it just came right back. It came right back. And these lines are great for trading. I mean, they're amazing for trading. They're awesome for trading. More times than not, let's say for example on a resistance line, something like this, you can go ahead have the market, especially on the 5th wave. If you count 5 waves down, these and even like on the basically any wave really, but it happens usually later on. It's more accurate later on in the wave count, but because earlier in the wave count, the retracement tends to be not as much. Normally the 4th wave is really the true like larger retracement than the number 2 wave. Here, I mean, I know we're coming off where this is more like we're looking at this like an ABC, but it also can be like a, remember, so this could be a 1, we have a 2, and then this comes back up again. And so this is 4-hour resistance line is money for that type of stuff. So, it came up, it touched it again, and it came back down, right? The market came back down. And when I looked at this, I remember being on my phone and I was like, nah, this is not the beginning. This most likely is not going to be this one right here is not going to be the ABC. Reason being is because it really poked at this 4-hour resistance for some time, and this went through a channel, right? There was some, even though we had super like small volume, it was like, where the hell is the volume, right? But even on this light volume, it still stood up here, right? It still stayed up here. Super small volume. But it came back down, right? It came back down, but it didn't come back down on like huge volume, right? Yeah, okay, this one right here, was obviously of a larger, volume candle as far as its recent, history right here, but it wasn't like as large as these, right? So it came back down. I was like, yeah, I didn't think that was going to be anything too huge. But I mean, anyway, this was a great trade setup. This is an amazing trade setup. By the way I would trade this, I wasn't at my terminal at that time. But the way I would trade this is I basically take the 4-hour resistance line. I'd come down it just a touch, okay. Put my my stop loss just slightly above it, and I would literally target this bottom right here. It's exactly where I would target. I would target this bottom right here, but I would start getting out of my trades like well before that. Okay, like right around here. So that's actually the way in which I target things, right? So I look at the wicks. Okay, so I'll say, okay, fine, this is somewhere around 8,394, and I normally come in within at least 100 points. Okay, at least, if not even more than that. And so I would have started getting out of the trade right here. Would have seen this thing coming sideways. I would have seen RSI coming back up again. I would have started getting out of the rest of the trade because I'm super conservative. So that's the way in which I would have traded that if I was at my terminal. So that's the 4-hour resistance level. What happened there? That's a daily resistance level. And so then now let's look at the 1 hour. Now this is going to be support. Okay, 1 hour support. And I'm actually going to delete this one right here because it's just getting confusing. It's crossing my eyes so late at night. 1 hour support is going to be 9,288. 9,288. 1 hour support. Okay, 1 hour support. Not resistance, support. So, yeah, so the, another thing I want to mention was that as far as the 4-hour resistance is concerned, you can see the market came through it again, right? Or even here, right? Hold on, sorry. So the market came through it, right? And then it came back down, and it keeps on testing this thing. It keeps testing it. It needs to know Am I done with this or not? So that's the reason why I'm keeping it up, because if we get like a break below this, well, maybe that's a sign that we're gonna get like, another like wave down, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. That could happen. Could happen, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. So, yeah. So 1 hour support 9,288. Again, if this were to come, not again, but if this were to come down, if it breaks below this resistance, remember resistance becomes support and yada yada. So if it breaks below this and then it gets below the 1 hour support, I'm gonna say, well, it's probably maybe gonna go a little bit lower. But notice also the 55 EMA is also right around this 1 hour support. Okay, the 1 hour support again is 9,288. And the 55 EMA is 9,249, spot 13. Okay, so we're close off there. So let me just kind of go through my notes right here real quick. I know I'm taking notes. I'm starting to become a little bit more professional. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Okay, so 15-minute. Yeah, okay, so 15-minute RSI divergence. Look at this. We're going sideways here on this market, right? Sideways. And it doesn't take a genius to say, where are we going on the RSI? Right? I mean, pretty much we topped out, right here on the RSI. Right here. And the RSI has done nothing but fall off. Right? And the market has gone sideways. Same time, we have the Laguerre RSI. It's in, well, this is on a 15-minute basis. So even still, 15 minutes basis, this thing can whipsaw around back and forth pretty quickly. But even still, I mean, it's wanting to go towards oversold territory. But I mean, even more so on the 15-minute basis, I mean, many times does it just turn around and say, nope, sorry. And even at the same time, we can go to oversold territory, but we can stay there for quite some time. I mean, look what happened right here, right? So, that's what's going on there. Next. Let's just take a look at Fibonacci real quick. I didn't look at this before the video, I look at it all the time, but okay. Yeah. So that's what I thought. So it was at the 0.382 as far as a retracement is concerned. Right? It's at the 0.382. Yeah, that's significant enough. If there was a lot of bullish sentiment, I would love to see this thing get closer to the 50% retracement. But if the bears are still in control, then maybe that's the reason why we only made it to the 0.382. And that's probably also the reason why we are sticking right around this level, right? Probably the reason why we're also sticking around right around this level. So, let's see what else we can look at. Fibonacci basis. Oh, let's look at things on a daily basis. Hold up a sec. Hold up. All right, so we've got a lot of bullishness within these candles, okay, right here. So look at how much work we did. Now, we did this on a lot of light volume. Excuse me. So we did this on a lot of light volume. There's a ton of buying pressure on kind of light volume. Okay, I would have liked to have seen like this volume coming in, right? Okay, it's not like volume here, but it's still kind of light. So yeah, so I mean, this right here we see that we rejected the bottom. Okay, we had another down candle, and then here we just turned around. The market did not like being below this 200 moving average at all, because it knows what happens when you stay down there for too long. It knows. So now what I would really love to see is another nice bullish candle coming up. Or this level here of around 9,500 is kind of difficult, right? The market needs to get past it. I don't know if it has enough buying power behind it, but, you know, we'll see. I mean, it's done a lot of things on really low volume. But look, I mean, here we have a lot of these wicks right here that's coming around right around this 9,500 level, right? And even over here, I mean, this, you know, the market clearly knows something going on with 9,500. And then here, right, 9,500 is the beginning of all of these wicks going on right here, right? It's just the beginning of it. So, like, I mean, the top of these, you know, let's say the bottom of these bodies somewhere is around, like, yeah, 10,800. So, I mean, to me, I would say there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Are we at that point right now? Is the market at that point right now where we can go ahead and get through all this? My gut feeling would say no, but things are starting to look a little bit more bullish. And maybe, you know, you start, at the same time, I start questioning everything. You know, am I looking at the right things? Am I counting things properly? And I feel an immense amount of responsibility to my to my subscribers, an enormous amount of responsibility to my subscribers that want to make sure, like, this is starting to keep me up at night, because, you know, my own trading doesn't keep me up at night, but worrying about you guys actually keeps me up at night, because I want to make sure that I'm portraying this thing properly. So yeah, I mean, that's really, let's take a look at 2 hour. Hold up one sec. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's another thing I want to show you guys. 2 hour EMA, we're sitting right on top of it. I mean, these things are perched. You ever see a bunch of birds perched on like a power line? That's what this reminds me of. All right, almost like in a cartoonish type of way. Yeah, it's just a lot of indecision on this in this 2 hour. Now, I don't know if we're gonna break above it, or we're gonna break below it, but I do think if we break below it, there is going to be room to run, to say the least. Now, there's a few different things we need to break below in order to kind of confirm that room to run, you know, which we had gone over: the 4 hour resistance, 1 hour, you know, 1 hour support, 55 EMA, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, if this thing were to, let's say, make a large leg 1 down or something like that, and another leg up like a 2, and then I would be looking to go ahead and trade this short, you know, if we got below these bottoms, right? That's really what I'd be looking to go ahead and trade this short. If we got below like the 1 hour support, you know, I got below and, like, you know, handedly, you know, I had a nice candle coming down, I would look to go ahead and pick something up and try to go ahead and try to, you know, get out somewhere around here. I would be really conservative with it, somewhere around this, you know, 8,800 level. You know, if this came back down here, I would look for it to confirm somewhere around the 9,150 and kind of get out around the 8,800 level. But I mean, that would be, you know, that'd be a good trade. That'd be what, 350 points on a 9,000, let's say $9,200 dollar coin. That's not so bad, right? A few percent, right? 3%. So yeah, let's leave it right there. We will go ahead and have our giveaway right now. All right, guys, so this is what we give away. We try to give away this every single week to one lucky winner. This is an open dime. Yeah, it is what it says it is. It's a Bitcoin credit stick. Pretty cool thing. I think so. I like to nerd out on all sorts of crazy things. But we have, yeah, we got these to give away. So we give away one to one lucky winner. And let's go ahead and let's go do that right now. So this is, we're going to do it from the last video that we had made. And we basically randomly pick somebody's comment from the comments. Let's do it right now. Oh, I'm so nervous. Who's it going to be? Nadeem K, thank you. No, thank you, Nadeem. Definitely appreciate it. We will go ahead and reach out to you there, or you reach out to us. Our email address is brian@hashwarehub.com. And there's all sorts of different ways to get in contact with us, but we will get in contact with you. Thanks, Nadeem, and everybody else. Happy trading. Look for breaks on the upside and the downside. And yeah, we'll talk to you in the morning.